everyone. So it's been roughly a month since the original release date of Life by You's early access version before it got delayed, and if it sounds like I'm dwelling on the delay or being salty, I'm actually not. I'm just trying to have a little fun with it. All lame jokes aside, when it comes to all that we have learned in September about Life by You, I feel like we have learned some new things, and I want to recap on some of that. Now, for those of you that are just discovering my channel or just tuning into this video, my name is Michael and welcome to Sovereign Gaming in Life Sims. This is the YouTube channel where I build worlds, lots, and share my thoughts on life simulation video games that I enjoy. And today, I want to recap on what we have learned in the month of September about the upcoming Life by You game said to release this upcoming March for an early access version. So, I've really only done some deep dives into one of the videos throughout the month of September because it was really the only one that I felt inspired to reflect on at the time that I was writing this. Now, I'm not here to make content for the sake of making content, but if there is a piece of news that I feel requires my full attention, I'll take the time to analyze it. Hence why I dropped a video analyzing the how to build and furnish house video from Life by You, and I do plan to analyze the traits video that they just dropped this Friday. It's just that I'm writing, recording, and editing this video on the Saturday of, so I've got to retroactively analyze the other one, but that's a good problem to have. Anyways, because of my new approach with Life by You updates going forward, it allows me to recap on all of the other content released by Life by You within a single video without feeling pressure to create content for the sake of creating content. Like, there's really only so much I can analyze within the relationship video, for example, and I just feel like I would be overthinking those mechanics and maybe even confusing people. And I don't feel that that is fair to you guys, since there are creators out there trying to ride the hype of Life by You, if I'm going to be completely honest. This is a little personal, but I am kind of sick of society just pumping out messages that appeal to a shallower understanding of concepts. And my intention is to dive a little deeper on things. Now, whether I've reached the depths that I would like to is a whole other story, but at least I can credit myself with an attempt to look under the hood when it comes to reflecting on Life by You content. And I feel like some of the content being released by Life by You doesn't lend itself well to such an approach. And that's kind of the transparency in all of it and with my approach. But enough of that. Let's just jump into what we have learned so far about Life by You in the month of September. And I'm going to start this off by talking about the video published on September 1st, the gameplay talk update with Rod Humble. So again, in the spirit of transparency, I did discuss a little bit on the gameplay talk update video with Rod in my August recap, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it or really analyzing it, so I'll be sharing some of my new thoughts at this time. So when looking at this video, the first immediate thing that I wanted to point out was the tiering system. I like how we, the players, will have the ability to customize what tiers objects will be in and the benefits of those tiers. I apologize if I'm repeating myself here, but that is something that I really think is going to be quite substantial going forward. I think it is crazy actually that you can have a tier table go up to 100, and I do question how practical that is. Like, if you have a dishwasher going up to level 100, from what we can tell on this video, then like you're gonna have to customize every level pretty much. I mean, these objects and clothes aren't Pokemon, and a quick shout out to Steelix and Gengar, my favorite Pokemon, but I have to question again, like, what is the purpose of taking a tier up to rank 100 for an object or for a piece of clothing? And if it is, like, and if it will be practical and purposeful for players to use at the end of the day. By the way, just to be clear, I'm still very impressed that this kind of system exists in the first place within a life simulation game. So kudos to the team for actually including this kind of gameplay mechanic. I get that sometimes I cluster a lot of questions and reflections without giving credit where it is due, so I'm trying to get a little bit better at that. Now, back to the tiering system and all that, again, I just questioned whether getting up to rank 100 for an object is even necessary. I mean, even up to rank 10 would be fine. Again, I'm impressed that the system is there to begin with, and I am super impressed that the capabilities to take it up to rank 100 is even there to begin with. Like, it's almost like so much content that I don't even know what to do with it. So if you have got like an idea on how to take something up to rank 100 for like an object or a piece of clothing or something, feel free to comment below. Yeah, with your idea there, because I would honestly be I get that you don't have to take it up to like rank 100, but the fact that it's present and that kind of gameplay can be achieved within Life by You is very impressive and astonishing. And you know, I don't mean to complain over giving the players too much content and too much freedom and customizability, because that's something that players are desperately needing in the next life simulation game. But like this is almost overkill in a hilarious way, and I'm kind of laughing at it. But I just have a question: what a rank 100 dishwasher would even look like? Like, will it go and grab the dishes for you, kind of thing? Anyways, I'm just kind of having fun with it. I'm glad that the feature is there. I'm just wondering what the purpose is for taking it up to like rank 100 or beyond. Another point of interest in Rod Humble's gameplay video for me was the relationship panel, but that gets covered in the next week's September video, and I'll share more of my thoughts when I actually get to that in this video. But I also thought it was super interesting that a child had unplugged the grocery stand through Rod's gameplay video there, and that the adult he was controlling had noticed it. So this demonstrates the observation system that they described in previous videos working, and more importantly, they are actually showing a child life stage. You see, in previous publications, the Paradox Life by AU team stated that children would likely not make it into the early access version, but here we are seeing a child in action in one of the gameplay videos. I think that the Paradox Life by AU team needs to revisit and update the community on what life stages will be made available for players when the early access version releases in March of 2024, since this video is showing a functional Life by AU child. You get what I mean there? And I would really hate for the community to develop expectations that may not get delivered come the March 2024 early access release. So that's really my only point of concern from watching this video here with Rod. Now, let's move on to the relationship video hosted by Rocio. In the spirit of giving credit where it is due, I absolutely commend the Paradox Life by AU team for taking a question from the community and turning it into a video. This was really smart, and I think that the video overall answered a lot of questions that the community had. I'm also gonna give some more credit for the UI menus improving in appearance as well. Like, another great job yet again for the Life by AU team. You guys are just smashing it out of the park in some of these, in a lot of things when it comes to the Life by AU product here. So I think that the relationship panel shown in the video with Rocio is certainly a mechanic that will take life simulation games to the next level. Not only are relationships totally customizable in Life by AU, but it now sets a new standard for other life simulation games to address. Specifically, I am talking about Paralyze in regards to this, and this is ultimately a good thing for players because there will now be good competition to offer in the life simulation gaming space market, and gameplay mechanics such as the customizable relationships and other gameplay features are certainly an arena to compete in for upcoming life simulation games. To be honest, like, that's really all the thoughts that I wanted to share on the relationships panel, since I feel like they explain the new mechanics quite clearly in this video, and to me it's very clear that they are taking it to the next level here. So again, great job Life by AU team, great job Rocio for showing that off to us. This was a really great video. It was delivered excellently, and it really helps to get the community excited on that one. So again, great job you guys. The next video that was released this month was the building and furnishing video, and I already did do a deep dive in the how to build and furnish a home video released on September 22nd, and now that I have had some time to think on it more, I still stand by the feedback that I have given on it. Essentially, I feel like we have learned nothing new when it comes to the how to build and furnish a home video when comparing it to the build video released back in June. So when it comes to including this in my recap, I just wanted to reiterate that I would still like to learn about the following build and buy mode features, which would include like working with foundations, windows. I would like to see more options with the windows. I would also like to see stairs and see the options with the stairs there. Are there spiral staircases? Can we have L-shaped stairs? How does that work? Same with roofs. That would be another thing that I would like to see as well, is just like working with roofs. How easily is it? Because in prior Sims games or prior life simulation games as well, like working with roofs can be actually quite difficult. I would also like to learn more about basements, if there is even a possibility for walkout basements. I would also like to learn more about residential lot types, like are commercial and residential mixes even available? Like, I know that we can have a home business or whatever, but can you have a mixed use commercial and residential building? That would be interesting to learn. Also, like, if apartments are going to make it in. We've seen some screenshots where there are objects that actually mention apartments, so that would be kind of nice to learn if it would be possible to even do it, to construct apartments. I would also like to learn about pools. Like, they were given to us like way back in The Sims 1, but pools are suspiciously not around, and I don't think we've seen anybody swim either. I could be wrong on this one, so feel free to chew me out in the comments section below for the pools. Personally, I would like to learn more about retaining walls, and if there is a possibility to build outside of your lot for world creation, just on some basics like road layouts and retaining wall placements and all that. I would like to see what those world creation tools are, but that's just me personally. Taking it back to build and buy mode, I would like them to talk about floor level limits, like building a 4+ story building. If you need elevators, like if elevators are even available. I would also like to see for build and buy modes, like if there is a possibility to manipulate your objects, such as adjusting the geometry, and if that is possible, kind of like what we see in Paralyze. If it's not possible, that's cool, but I just want to double check and see if that's a feature we can expect. I just want to put that expectation to rest if it needs to be put to rest. And of course, like another build and buy mode feature I would like to see is like if you can build into the terrain or into a hillside, kind of creating those split levels that we see in the real world. Now look, I get that even the early access version of Life by You is a huge project to pull off, but the build and buy mode standards are certainly high in the life simulation gaming community. Even if all of those features don't make it into the early access version, I would like to see it communicated in black and white from the Paradox Life by You team what build features we will have in the early access version and what will be scheduled to release in the base game that'll be published whenever afterwards. You see, a big piece of feedback that I expressed in my how to build and furnish a house analysis is that I want to see the Life by You team do a little bit better when it comes to storytelling about their own product, when it comes to content production and publication. This month, we jumped from talking about economics to object tiering to relationships, and we've pretty much reviewed what we already knew about the build and buy modes, and lastly, there was a blog and video released on personality traits. My criticism in my last analysis video is that these topics lack cohesion and the information feels fractured and chaotic to me, and I still stand by those pieces of feedback. Now I get it, like a company isn't going to sink a bunch of dollars into marketing for an early access game, but storytelling convention should be present in how you present your product publicly so that your audience can understand the bigger picture as opposed to being given pieces of a puzzle to arrange in their heads. Sometimes that style of storytelling works for some audiences, but this is not that audience. Whether people want to admit to it or not, life simulation gamers need to be strung along from point A to point B, not taken from point A to point D, rendezvousing back to point B. I too am included in this category as well. I think that a little bit of storytelling cohesion could go a long way when it comes to alleviating any confusion in the Life by You product. Before I go on, as I am writing this script and recording this video, Life by You dropped the Let's Dive into Traits video. I watched it and I was very impressed, and their traits video and blog is certainly another large piece of the puzzle worthy of an analysis video from me. I seem to be a little jinxed with timing when it comes to Life by You, but I do want to take the time to review the video and blog to give you guys a good, deeper analysis video instead of trying to rush a video out to capitalize on the hype. So look out for that trait analysis video coming from me later this week. Outside of some cohesion with the promotional material for Life by You, I would like to see a couple of videos actually focused on jobs and careers. Specifically, I would like to see a video that analyzes the daily duties of 3 different jobs, and then a video showing how to create your own jobs in Life by You and how it actually translates in game. That would both be cohesive for players to understand for like 2 weeks worth of content, and it would also allow Life by You to show off its customization capabilities that no other competitor is purporting to have at this time. The 3 jobs that I would like to see shadowed in a gameplay video would be some sort of an office job, like a white collar job of some sort. And then also maybe some sort of an emergency career job, such as a firefighter or a police officer. I'm curious to see if those are even in the game to begin with. And also, I would like to see some sort of a service job, like a hairstylist or a delivery driver that we can apparently control at any point in time. I would like to see those jobs really followed in a gameplay video, and then that way players can be shown a variety of jobs and get a first-hand look at how they all function, and then players can learn how to create custom jobs for themselves. One problem that I kind of feel like a problem or like a point of confusion, I should say, that I feel like players are kind of experiencing is that we're given the peek underneath the hood, so to speak, when it comes to customizing things such as the traits or such as customizing objects or adding behaviors to objects. But then we're not really shown how it translates to in the game, or in the early access version, I should say. And I think that's just kind of, I don't think that is doing us any favors as players, but also it just kind of doesn't complete the story. So do you know how I keep talking about storytelling cohesion and there being some principles and all that? Well, I would like to see how the changes you do behind the scenes affects the gameplay within the game itself. I think that would be very impactful. And I just kind of wanted to point that out just because I'm sort of seeing that happen again here. At this time, I want to know what you have to think. Are you satisfied with what we have learned about Life by You for the month of September? Do you think that the content being produced by Life by You needs to be more cohesive, or am I just too harsh on the content that's being published throughout September? I just want you to feel free to express yourself here, so feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you think. I just ask that you are respectful. And until next time, I just want to thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos like this one, then feel free to like this video and consider subscribing for more. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have yourself a wonderful day.